Hey, guys.
Check complete. Let's head over to the bar.
Yes. And we're back again with another episode of the VARBAR. I am rapping Andrew, actually, aka Rapping Drew. Mixing up my words here, man. And I'm joined by my compadres. As you can see, no intros, none of that, man. I'm trying to go straight to the business, and I mean, it's been a big game week all across Europe, actually, but definitely in the Premier League, man. So you know, I look like I'm in a happy mood, but I'm kind of indifferent, man. But Strizza, man, what are you telling me, man? How you doing?
Mate, I was good before today, I can't lie. Yeah, so man, so.
So, yeah. Toast, man. What are you telling me?
I've been better, man. Draws don't win championships, innit, man? But gotta remain optimistic. Like, health is wealth, innit, man? So that's all I can say.
Taking over from United with them draws, man. But
across FC, boy.
Mm-hmm. J to the Mace, man. My blood brother, man. What are you telling me?
It's good. It's all good, man. I'm good. I can't complain. We escaped a very tricky week. And for that, I'm just hopeful, man. And yeah, I hope you guys are good. Hope the listeners are good. I hope you guys are having a good weekend. So yes, let's get to it. Plenty to talk about. Let's do it.
Before we go, man, let's relax, man. How's you guys' week been? Done anything nice? Everything fun? Like, I know Mace, you went to Leicester. Like, how's Leicester, man? What's the Leicester?
I had to drive to Leicester. Leicester and back. I went to see the in-laws. That was good. Always nice to see your in-laws. Yeah, people on the road are crazy, man. I'm not sure if you guys whip, but people on the road are freaking crazy. But you're
not sure, man.
And I'm asking.
Oh, apart from Toast. Actually.
I'm asking. I'm asking. But yeah, it was an eventful weekend.
Calm. Toast, man. Toast comes on every pod acting like he does nothing, but I know you're the most active out of all of us. But you come every Sunday like you don't do anything.
I'll be real, man. All I do is just wait for the quarter to end so I can go New York. You know what I mean? That's all I'm on right now, man. But for me, it's been a busy sport week, and obviously like the new NBA season started. Probably for like the first time in my life, I've got 3 teams that are playing at like a championship level: NFL team, NBA team, and obviously Premier League team. Right now, it's looking like 0-3. I said playing at a championship level, my brother. Playing at a championship level.
Well, what team do you support that plays in a champion?
So yeah, man, big week of sport for me. Obviously, all 3 sports are currently on as we speak. So yeah, man. But we'll keep it football for now, innit, man?
Yeah, man. Let's keep it football. Obviously, before we start, like, subscribe, and follow us on VARBAR Podcast on all socials. I think it's VARBAR Pod on Insta, VARBAR Podcast on Twitter, X, whatever. Or maybe it's the other way around. I don't know. But you can find us on VARBAR Pod or Podcast. Right. Let's get into it, man. Obviously, big game week again in the Premier League. We'll analyze, obviously, always the big games first. This week, it was nicely set up. Arsenal versus Liverpool at the Emirati. It ended in a 2-2 draw. I think for me, in the end, probably what the game deserved, like a 2-2 draw. Before we touch on the play or the people that represent both clubs, let's go to the neutral. I mean, he's a Spurs fan, so I don't know if he's that much of a neutral, but he can be pretty objective for the most part, man. What did you make of the game, man?
Yeah, man, I thought it was a good game. Obviously, going into it, there were doubts about Timber and Saka, but I think a few things leaked on Twitter that they were going to be available, which is a big boost for Arsenal for obvious reasons. But I think the game itself, Arsenal started fast. They were definitely the better team. I think they dominated the first half, in all honesty. I didn't think Liverpool were at the races, to be honest. Without creating clear-cut chances, I think they were just a team on the ascendancy. They kind of dominated most of the 50-50 battles. And it was looking like it was going to be one-way traffic. Robertson was struggling out there. And in second half, it kind of turned. Obviously, a couple of injuries, Gabriel being like obviously a big one, and Liverpool kind of took control, especially in the midfield. And without creating like loads of clear-cut chances, they were just kind of like penned Arsenal to win a little bit. Arsenal struggling to get out. And like you say, in the end, 2-2 was a fair result. I think, obviously, I don't know what Shalom and Toast are going to say about it, but I think I'd be disappointed if I was an Arsenal fan, just because there were times where I felt like they just sat back. It felt like I was watching England on the Southgate. Like they were ahead and they didn't try and get a third goal. They thought, you know what, we're going to sit in, maybe try and hit them on the break, maybe get another set-piece goal, because we know that's what they like to do.
Like, is that a championship team, bro? Is that the championship team you're talking about? Honestly.
I'll be real. I've said Stoke City FC for a few weeks now. Some of it's obviously tongue-in-cheek, a bit of banter, but some of it's real. Both the goals come from set pieces. And listen, it's part of football. They're very good at it, and credit where it's due. But I feel like I don't know. I just feel like they could have went for it a bit more. They could have kind of tried to attack more, try to create more, try to get the third goal before obviously Salah equalized. I don't know, man. I just felt like it was just a little bit tippy-tappy, not really trying to like get the win almost. But in the end, 2-2 is a fair result. Obviously, we have to see what Arteta says with the injuries and stuff like that, because it could be kind of pivotal for him. But yeah, I think it was a fair result in the end.
Yeah, Gooners, man. What's your rebuttal to that particular comment that Strizza made?
Okay, Toast. All right, I'll go first. Right, I jotted a couple of points after watching the game, so I'll just ratchet them off, and I'll deal with them with the point. So the first point I jotted was week. Week is describing how Liverpool fans, the opposition fans, and frankly our fans felt in regards to Arsenal's team coming to this game. You're playing a weak, depleted team. And you could even tell Drew's twittering and chatting rubbish. He was very excited to play us. So this was a great time to play Arsenal as a Liverpool fan and us as Liverpool themselves. But that wasn't the case. The second point was the makeshift back four. Looking at that makeshift back four, you'll be licking your lips. And that's how the game played out, really. I noticed that Ben White didn't have a lot of... there was not a lot of Ben White. It was more kind of played with Partey and Timber. That's where the Liverpool's attack was going. And for the most part in the first half, we handled it really well. We controlled the midfield. I didn't see Gravenberch to do what he usually does. And that's a lot of praise that goes to they should be handed to Rice, Marino, and Trossard for dealing with that. I thought we handled it really well. Saka made the most of that first half. That goal was excellent. Of course, you as a Liverpool fan, you look at Robertson, and yeah, Robertson could have done better, but let's not take away Saka's brilliance, because that was a brilliant goal. Second half was interesting. Why I say it's interesting, because if you remember, I said the makeshift back four and left back, right back. In my head, I was thinking, we are in this game just because our left back and right back are marshalling Salah and what's his name?
Diaz.
Diaz. And if you notice, they didn't give him a sniff in regards to what they were doing, and that was the pivotal point where Timber went down. Remember, if you guys were in the group chat, for the listeners in the group chat, I said we're fucked. This game's done. We're screwed. And the reason why is because Timber did not give Salah a sniff to come inside. He really marshaled Salah. But also looking at Timber, you can tell that physically he wasn't.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
You know, you can have.
That's your for me. That's a lie.
Yeah. You can have your say when I'm done, right? And you can say that's a lie, but is it very interesting that Salah goes on to score his goal when Timber wasn't on the pitch? So for me, that's a telling case of how that game went. For what's worth, man, I thought this is a point gain for Arsenal and lots of points lost for Liverpool. I think
No way.
Oh my days.
I can't believe you said
Wait,
that.
hold on, Strizza. Hold on, Strizza. Build on that. Why do
It's
you
a
think
point
that?
gained for Arsenal because, like I said, we came in the depleted team, right? So Liverpool right now thinking we have Arsenal to kill. This is a weak team, and you can shake your head whatever, but you can't tell us that you weren't very confident. You weren't confident going to this game. You probably were more confident than an Arsenal fan. So the way this game played out is a point because we are 5 points or 4 points behind you, and you're second, and we're third. This is a point gained. If we lose this game, we're 7 points behind you guys.
Okay.
So yeah, I think I'll just toast.
Wait, Toast, before you go,
man.
Toast, hold on. Before you go, I totally disagree with like the points gained or whatever. Like, I think, first of all, look, I think it's no top team's birthright to collect 3 points at the house of another top team. That's first of all. Whether you're depleted or not, I don't even think like you were that much depleted, to be honest. Especially in the first 60. You weren't even, I think that's just an excuse. You weren't that much depleted. Saka played 80 plus minutes. Timber, okay, he looked gingerly. I can't lie, he didn't look 100%. I agree with you there. But to say you were depleted, Thomas Partey has played right back many times. It's not like this was his first time at right back. You know what I mean? Ben White, he's usually that plays right back, but he's centre back by trade, innit? So to say that you've had a depleted squad, miss me with that. First of all, we lost. Hold on. We had injuries ourselves.
Also, we weren't playing with Saliba. Taking to the fact we weren't playing with Saliba.
But that's his own fault. That's a red card. That's his own fault. You can't mention it. But that's fine.
Point, right?
But that's fine. But that's the depleted point is fine. But you still had a strong enough, which you guys last week you said yourself. We got enough for Arsenal. We got enough for Liverpool. What we've got is enough to beat Liverpool. So you can't use that now to be like Liverpool had a depleted whatever. You can't use that. Yes, I was confident of getting a win. I was confident throughout the game of getting a win. Unfortunately, we didn't get it over the line. And the only thing that I kind of agree with you with in terms of like you guys were there for the taking was possibly the last 15 where, yes, that is a makeshift where you bring on that young done. Where Gabriel goes off, where Timber goes off. Obviously, at that point, I felt like we should go for the kill. We got the goal. We should have got another one. We didn't get it. How in a title race where at the beginning of the league we're looking at Liverpool, Arsenal, City as the main challengers, challenging each other for the title. How is this points drop for Liverpool? We're going away to Arsenal. How is it going away to a title rival? You're collecting a point, no matter the context. You're still getting away getting away with a point. How is that points drop for us?
You literally answered the question in what you just said. You just pointed out that the last 20 minutes when Gabriel Timber went off, right? And then who did you bring in? You bring in Szoboszlai, you bring in Tsimikas, and you bring.
We brought them on before that.
I understand, but look at the quality you're bringing in. Plus, you have Salah, right? You have Trent, right? And you scored the second goal, and you're playing with a depleted depleted defense with Kivior and Mouse Lewis Skelly. You're telling me you shouldn't have capitalized on that?
That's what I said. We should have capitalized, but I don't think Liverpool can look at this. I don't think Liverpool can look at this and be like, we dropped 2 points at all. If you don't think so, I don't think so.
Which is fair,
because obviously you guys are one of the top teams in the league. Yes, we should have gone for the kill, but we collected a point. That's fine. Arsenal at the Emiratis is away now,
brother. We can't be a top team when it suits you, because you've been speaking out two sides of your mouth today. Prez, former VARBAR pod member in VARBAR group chat, said predictions Liverpool boys. Andy stood on business 3-1. I respect it. Neb stood on business 2-1. I respect it. So why does it come to the end of the game and I'm hearing draw at the Emirati? We'll take that. Like, which one is it?
Two things can be right, though.
Hold on.
Two things can be right.
But hold on, Andy.
I can want to win at the start.
Hold on.
I can want to win at the start. I could want to win at the start and then come away with a point and be glad.
Fine.
What the hell?
Fine. If you want to say that,
You
that's
know
cool.
that.
Andy, listen, I want you to be a realist today. You predicted 3-1, right? Tell me at what point in the game did Liverpool have a chance to win the game? We took the lead. You equalized. We made it 2-1. You scored with 10 minutes to go. You didn't have another chance after you made it 2-2. Liverpool at no time in this game had a chance to win the game.
So what about before the 2-2? So what about before the 2-2?
Before
Did we not have chances then? Did we not have chances then?
But you were 2-1 down. You were 2-1. I'm talking about being realistic.
Nah, but you're talking about during the game, bro.
At any
point.
You're
talking about during the game. I'm talking about before the game. Okay.
My issue is you're talking 3-1. You're saying this, that, and then now you're backtracking. I'm sorry, if I'm Arsenal and I've got more or less a full strength squad, and I go to Liverpool and Liverpool end the game with Tsimikas, Conor Bradley, Quansah, and Gomez, and I don't leave disappointed.
You're lying.
It's a joke thing, bro.
You're lying. In game week 9. In game week 9.
It doesn't. Bro,
why should I be upset in game week 9?
In game week 9 or game week 30.
But that's the context, bro.
Your issue, Andy, is you don't actually know if you man are actually title challengers or not. You're doing all this mind the gap stuff, but you guys, you have no base.
How?
There's no base behind it.
How
can you say pre-match 3-1? You say pre-match 3-1. You accept the draw, and you're thinking, and we have four, regardless of whether Saliba is a red card, whether he's injured, it doesn't matter, bro. I'm not gonna agree with Shalom and say that you man drop points, because at the end of the day, I know who Arsenal are in it. And I said last week, there's no pressure because I know who Arsenal are. People were trying to run corner on me, but I know Liverpool can't come into my house and win 3-1 just like that, bro. 4 of our defenders were depleted, bro. And at no time in that game did you man have a chance to win the game. I'm sorry. If you can point to a time when you had a chance to win the game, tell me. At 2-2, you couldn't even muster up a chance. Against a fucking depleted Arsenal team, you man couldn't even take, you didn't leave the game at any point. At Mace, at what point in that game did you feel like, shit, yeah, Arsenal might lose this? At what point? Tell me. I want you to tell me at what point.
He said it. He said in a group chat. He said it when Timber went off. We're fucked. Shut up.
We were 2-1.
He said it himself, bro.
We were winning.
Why did you say we're fucked? So why did you say we're fucked?
Because that means we would lose. We would draw. Or that's what I meant.
Get out of here.
We were winning 2-1. Timber gets.
Why did you say we were fucked? Why did you say that?
That's fine.
Clearly, what happened?
Now that's fine. Pull him up too, bro.
Wait.
Now that's fine.
Hold on a second. Let me respond.
Now that's fine.
I'll speak for myself, innit?
Nah, don't change the subject. Pull him up.
No, don't change the subject. It's the same subject. If Mace was nervous, that's all well and good. At no point in this game did I think, fuck, Arsenal going to lose this game. Liverpool
and vice versa, and for me,
you're not the team you think you are, and this is why I said.
And you are. And you are. But wait, Arsenal.
I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know that you can ever come into my stadium and think you can run us out of my stadium.
We beat you last year. We beat you there. We beat you there this year, bro. In the FA Cup.
We're talking about league games.
We beat you there this year, bro. Stop that. Hey, stop that Emirates stuff. Is it not Emirates?
League, bro. At no time in this game did you actually genuinely think you could win this game. And if we're being real, there was no point in this game where you thought you could win.
Okay, but I did, and now what? And now what?
At what point?
Basically, start the second half. I was comfy, bro.
That's 2-1 down. You're waffling, brother. I
was confident.
2-1 down. You're confident of winning the game, bro. You didn't even have clear-cut chances to win. How are you gonna win without clear-cut chances?
Neither did you.
We're 2-1 up, bro. We're 2-1 up.
Doesn't matter.
The game, and then we lose 2 by defenders, bro.
Hey, you can't tell me what I was thinking in it.
That's cool, innit? I won't speak for you, but one thing I can say is you, man, don't actually have any bass in your voice in it. All of that, I was confident we were going to score. We're going to win 3-1. It's waffle, man. It's absolute waffle. Because how can you come back? How can you come back after the game, after that game, seeing what happened with the way Arsenal had 4 defenders missing, and you're happy with a draw? Man, get out of there with all that, man. You ain't got base, bro. And honestly, I promise you, Andy, I promise you Arsenal will finish above you. Because Liverpool are not the team you might think you are. Honestly, you're very disrespectful when it comes to my franchise.
Arsenal, though.
But I just know we're better than you. I just know we're better than you. I just know we're better than you.
Behind us. You're way behind us. You're way behind us, bro.
That's why I say
you're way behind us.
I don't do all this.
You're way behind us. In what? In the Champions League, you're behind us. In the league, you're behind us. Where are you better than us? But where are you better than us? In the Champions League, you're behind us. In the league, you're
Okay,
behind.
cool.
Where are you
That's
better
what
than
we're
us?
That's what we're doing, innit? That's what we're doing. Oh, we saw what happened in April, innit?
I'm asking you, where are you better than us?
I'm not talking
I'm
about
asking you,
right now,
where
brother.
are you better
I'm
than
talking
us?
about what's going to happen in May. I'm
Oh,
not talking about
so you
what's
can see the
happening right now,
future.
brother.
You're a prophesizer.
Well, we saw what happened
You're a
last year, no?
prophesizer.
We saw what happened last year, no? All right then.
Mate,
All right then. We saw what happened last year.
Listen.
We saw what
Let me
happened
tell you
last
my
year.
issue. Let me tell you my issue with Arsenal. Yeah, like
One.
I think Arsenal are a top team. Me saying Liverpool
I
are
don't
going
think
to
you
beat
do, my
Arsenal.
brother. You can't tell me pre-match
let
you're
me
going to beat us
finish, bro.
3-1 and think
Let
we're
me
a top
finish.
team, bro. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful.
I don't support Bournemouth and I support Liverpool, bro. I support, you know what I mean? We got hella world-class players in our team. That's why I was confident of a win and I was comfy at 2-1 down. I felt we can go on and win this game. I genuinely felt that. But let me tell you my issue with Arsenal, yeah. Arsenal are a top team. They clearly are a team now that I think the point that you men have reached is like you're competing with, you can now compete blow for blow with the top teams now. Whether it's in, I don't know, Europe, like in away games, but definitely at home in the Emirates, you can compete at your own gaff. That's the stage where you men are at. But that's it. I don't feel like Arsenal. I think Arsenal's main character of this past years, yeah, the main don that's done this for you is Arteta. He has coached the hell out. That's what I did. He's coached the hell out of this team, which is for the most part extremely normal players. For the most part, you've got a few good players, but for the most part, it's normal players where Arteta have coached you to the point that you're able to compete at least at your own ground at the Emirates. When you come away, it's a different story. Or in away games, but at home, you're
How
definitely.
Does that make sense? We lost how many times this year away from home? Twice.
I'm just saying. I know that. I'm not saying
sense.
you lose your away games. I'm just saying at home you're a top team and respect has to be obviously
twice this
put
year.
there.
And
it doesn't matter, bro. But you've dropped many points away, haven't you? In the Champions League, you've dropped points away, haven't you? Thank you. So at home, that's where Arsenal are clearly the strongest. But I don't feel like Arsenal never gives me this confidence of like that I need to put you on the same pedestal as a City. I don't think you guys are a City. I don't even think you guys are a Liverpool, to be quite frank, to be honest. I think for me, I feel you feel you're better than us. I feel we are better than you. I don't feel like Arsenal. You've got nothing to show for everything. You've got nothing. Hold on. You've got nothing to show for you thinking you're better than Liverpool. Like absolutely nothing other than league positions in the past. Other than the league positions positions in the last 2 seasons.
May was 5 months ago. We saw your collapse. No. Hear me out, Andy. City were competing for the league.
But when are we going to get something tangible,
Arsenal
bro?
were competing for the league.
When are we going to get something tangible?
I understand that. But we're not talking about...
when?
Lads, are we talking about our Arsenal title challengers or are we talking about Arsenal better than Liverpool? Don't say that. Bro, listen to yourself. How can you say that you don't think that there's no basis for Arsenal to be better than you? We literally finished above you. But we literally finished above you.
But it's 2 years. It's 2 years or it's 1 season a base to say like, yeah, you're better than this team now. Is that enough?
I can't lie. I personally think that for Drew to think Liverpool are better than Arsenal is valid, and I think vice versa is valid. I think what Drew's got to back up are trophies, obviously the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, etc. That helps the cause. But if you're going just off league, just off obviously finishing back to back ahead of them, then cool. Because remember when Spurs were finishing above Arsenal, but you went more collecting trophies, man was still telling me you're better than us. So
but when it's Arsenal, it's always different. When it's Arsenal, it's always different.
But lads, let's be fair now. Arsenal have competed for the league for the last 2 seasons. No, we finished above Liverpool for the last 2 seasons. No,
2.
But Andy, what I'm saying is, I can only go off this period of Arsenal being competitive. We finished above you twice. We were undefeated in 5 games in the league. Fine, I'll give you the FA Cup. You can have the FA Cup. We're undefeated in 5 games in this period in the league. So that's why I think Arsenal are better than you. I'm bringing valid points why I think Arsenal are better than Liverpool right now. I want to hear one from you now. I've given you 2. I've given you several. Give me a couple more.
We've got better players. We've got better players. We've got a better squad. I think we're just better. Just based on last season and the collapse.
My brother, you had these players. You had these world-class players 2 seasons ago and last year.
Charles, my question
And
to
you
Drew
fell
is-
off a cliff.
my question to Drew is, what from this game that we just seen happen tells you that Liverpool are better than Arsenal? What did you see from this game that gave you an evidence that Liverpool are
I
better
felt
than
like
Arsenal?
I felt like this game in particular, we definitely played better today than last season at the Emirates for sure. Minus the results, of course, take away the results. But I think performance-wise, we definitely played better. This game was pretty much even. I'm not basing it on this game. I'm literally basing it on even last season and even the start of this season. We've just been better.
So just to interject again, you can't say that you are better than us and not base it on this game. Today is the clear evidence to use as
No, it's not.
Okay.
Last season, City won the league and they didn't beat none of us. City won the league. They didn't beat Arsenal. They didn't beat Liverpool. The league. You win the league. You win the league. No, you win the league. I'm telling you because you don't know how it feels to win the league. You win the league by beating all these other small teams. You don't win the league by beating you guys. City won the league last season without beating us. They didn't beat us home and away.
Quick question.
What?
So why are you telling me I need to base it on this game, bro?
Because you're saying you are better than us. So if you are better than us, this game is a clear evidence that you are either better than us or you're not. And from what we are saying.
So what have you seen? What have you seen then? So what have you seen? Arsenal are better. So Arsenal are better.
At one point,
I'm asking you. Are Arsenal better? I'm asking you now. Are Arsenal better then? Based on this game.
Based on this game, from what we've seen, I think
Arsenal are better.
I think we're better.
Mate, stand on business, man. Stand on business. But I have a quick question to ask Andy. Andy, I just want to ask you in it, all right? So while we're still on topic of this game, you said 3-1 pre-match. And that can either be agenda or you can stand on business now and explain to me why you thought you would win 3-1. No, genuinely, because I thought that was a bit of a reach, personally, 3-1 at Emirates. But I want you to now articulate why you thought you were going to beat us 3-1. And then we'll see if that matches up with what happened today.
I think we've been the better team. Especially this season, we've been the better team. We've played better than you guys. We've been better than you guys. You guys have been huffing and puffing, especially at home as well, which is not normal for Arsenal. But against like two promoted teams, Southampton. I told you, like, after the Southampton game, I was like, I know enough about Arsenal. I know I'm not going to do anything again this season. I know. If you're going life and death with Southampton and Leicester, what makes you think that Liverpool, who have started the season brilliantly, yes, we haven't played anyone, but even that excuse is not washing because that same anyone that we haven't played, you man got beaten by that same, you know what I mean? So that excuse is not washing. What makes me think that we can't go to the Emirates and get a result if Leicester and Southampton can go there and play well and score goals and do what they need to do? They just lack the quality. We do have the quality. You're missing like your key centre back. I knew Saka was going to play. I knew Timber was going to play. You're missing Saliba. So even then I was like, okay, it's possible to get a result, to get all 3 points. Cool. So I'm standing on business. So I'm standing. Go on. No. So I'm standing on business where I'm like, and I even said this last week. We should go and we should be confident of going to the Emirates to collect 3 points. But if we can't get the 3 points, we should not lose.
So why did the game not go the way you thought it was gonna go?
To be honest, I'm not sure. I think if in terms of like my personal analysis of the game, like the first 15, it was pretty even. I think we had a lot of the ball. We won a lot of the duels. But then after that, it was all Arsenal. Like I said, I thought it was a game or two, half similar to what Strizza said. You didn't think so, but I thought it was that as well. Where like Arsenal, after the first 15 minutes, it was all you guys. But you didn't create much. We kept you at bay. And obviously, the Saka goal was brilliant. And then I must say the Marino goal was brilliant as well, to be honest. It was a great free kick. But at the same time, I felt like we were still in the game. So that's why I wasn't stressing or whatever. I was like, if we start off well, we can get the 2-2. If we get an early 2-2, we can go on and win the game. The 2-2 came way late, and then it was curtains from then. But at no point did I feel like we were going to lose this game. I knew we were at least going to get a draw. I knew that. At no point did I feel like we was going to lose this game.
But Toast and Shalom, you man not disappointed with your 2-1 up, obviously. Yeah, I understand. Let's just take injuries out of the equation. You could have went for the kill a bit more. You're at home. You got your fans behind you.
But that's
you're 2-1 up. Could you not have gone and like
But that's why they're
Chris.
not that team, bro.
But
That's what I'm telling you.
There's so many there's so many things to that, and unfortunately, it's actually extremely difficult for us not to talk about the injuries. Like you look at the second Liverpool goal, like you're a professional footballer, you're a semi-professional footballer, whatever you want to call it. Like, what is Kiwior doing? Like, what is Kiwior? Like, where is Kiwior going on that second goal? It's hard not to talk about personnel when literally you have a centre-back who made a mistake last week, literally can't be trusted to stay in position on that goal. Like, for me, of course, it's going to be what could have been, ifs and buts. But the facts remain, unfortunately for us, we were down basically our whole back line. And in a game like that, we all know Arteta in the past 3 years that Arsenal have been competitive going for leagues. We're not that team that goes for the kill in these games because this is just
why not?
Why not?
Why not? Why not?
You know, it's interesting because I was watching.
You're not good enough, man.
I'm watching Sky
it's not.
Sports,
Come on, bro.
And Jamie Carragher had a point. He said something in the lines that Arteta probably doesn't think he has the attack to win or to go for the win. So he more or less trusts his defense and his midfield just to close the game off. And he said, lots of people think Arteta is Pep, but really Arteta is Mourinho. And fair enough, if you want to look at it that
but
way.
does that not disappoint you though? Do you not want to see? You've got your best front.
Let me deal with this. Strizza, if you were a Spurs fan and you get wins through this way, would you complain about it?
You didn't win though.
Strizza, I have a quick question.
The point I'm making is if you can get wins through just being resolute at the back and winning 1-0 or 2-1 as it is, would you complain about it?
But there was
I think long term you would.
Part of the game. There was
that's fine. But
that's my point. That's my point, Strizz.
Right.
Like
the game. If you're
40 minutes to go, there were
you're down to the last 15.
Personally, if there was if Saka still on, fair enough. I would probably
he was
say,
still on. Your front three.
That's what I mean. They were still on.
Was available.
Saka went off in the 84th minute.
Okay, this is
what I mean.
Right? So
yeah.
But this is what I'm saying. If he was still on to the end of the game, I would have believed because I had someone
like. But I'm not talking about it. I'm talking about you're 2-1 up at halftime, right? You come out. That's first 10-15 are always going to be a little bit cagey. You don't want to give anything away, whatever.
Yeah.
But do you not think we can go for it? Liverpool are going to have to come out a little bit more.
Personally, I see what you do. Do you know what's very interesting? I thought the game changed when Arteta brought in Nwaneri. If you really locked into that game, because the way the position he was taking, the fact he was front foot, it changed the game. That meant Liverpool didn't attack as much. They were wary of the Nwaneri's positioning. Personally, I think Arteta just doesn't have the attacking players to do it. I don't think he does.
This is the point I'm going to.
He doesn't have the attacking players to do it.
So when I say you're not good enough, why are you at me?
This is the point. For me, this is the point I'm going to because I want to have faith in my players and I want to back my players, right, Strizz? To answer your question in terms of why I don't think we can go for it. Did you look at Martinelli in that game and think Martinelli was going to be a match winner in that game at any point? Did you look at Havertz in that game at any point and think that Havertz can do something like Saka did for that goal? One thing Arsenal are very good at is we play to our strengths. We play through Bukayo Saka, we play through Martin Odegaard, and we defend stoutly. Arsenal are not going to run up the score in these games. We don't have the personnel for that. Do you think Arteta wants to take off bro, the game is 2-2. You think he wants to take off Saka? You think he wants to take off Saka? Bro, Saka was playing at 80%, bro. I knew Timber was going to come there because Timber wasn't fit. We have and that's one thing I give Arteta credit for. Yes, the league title hasn't come. Yes, the Champions League hasn't come, but we're competitive. Because no one gave us a shot in this game. Liverpool fans coming into our stadium thinking we're going to win 3-1, 2-1. No one gave us a shot, and we still competed. But at the end of the day, we know our limitations. So unfortunately, this is the iteration of Arsenal. And whether people want to call it Stoke football, want to call it defensive football, unfortunately for us, we have to think about winning, bro. Like Martinelli, bro. Martinelli's not going to get it done. No. Havertz is not going to get it done. Like let's not.
Konate had him in jail, man. Let's say how it is. Konate had him in jail, bro.
Do you remember that through ball when Konate and Martinelli were racing for the ball, and then Konate just gave him that triceps, and Martinelli just jogged back. And
he wasn't on it. He wasn't on it since.
He wasn't. But I was thinking, I was thinking if that was like Alexis Sanchez or someone of that ilk, do you reckon that's happening? Nah, bro. No, bro. So it is what it is, Triz. To answer your questions, we're winning this way, and that's what we have. That's just it. And I can't complain until I see better.
So last points then on this game that the Arsenal camp thinks it's a point gain for them, or at least one half thinks that. The other half thinks, I don't know what Toast thinks. He thinks Arsenal are better than Liverpool, and we got away with it. Is that what you think?
Okay, I don't think, I'm not gonna say Liverpool drop points today, because like I said, I did not think Liverpool were going to come into my stadium and run up the score against us and beat us. At no point did I think that. I knew we were a wounded animal, but when I made a comment last week that we're still Arsenal, you saw who Arsenal are. We still competed, even with quite a depleted team. Yes or no? Yes or no?
I don't think for the first at least 60 minutes your team was competitive. And you can't run that because last week, but you can't run that because last week you said you had enough to beat us. Whatever the injuries were, you said you had enough.
We were 2-1 for 80 minutes. What do you mean we weren't competitive?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you weren't competitive. That's not what I said.
Sorry, what did you say?
What did you say? Because I think you said you weren't competitive.
No, I said you were competitive. What
we
was the question? Yeah, you were competitive.
You weren't. Okay, I heard.
No, you were. You were competitive. Yeah. Okay. Come on, man.
Okay, but just to summarize, in it, like I don't think Liverpool were going to come into our stadium and beat us. So for me, it's a point game for Liverpool. At the same time, I knew it was going to be very, very difficult to win this game, and losing two more players during the game didn't help. So I have to take it as a point gain. Unfortunately, I do.
Yeah, for us, I'm half, to be honest. I see it as a point gain, but I have to be honest. I have to keep it real. It's also points drop based on the game state and how the game went. And obviously the points that Strizza made about Arsenal not really going for it, I felt like for the last 10, we should have gone for it as well. But I think Shalom made a good point, and I agree with that as well. With when Ranieri came on, we dropped back a line as well. So yeah, man, I think towards the last 10 minutes, both teams kind of, settled for the points, I guess. But yeah, man, another iteration. See you at Anfield, man. See you at Anfield, my boys. All right, man, let's review the rest of the games of game week 9. Obviously, it all started Friday. Leicester against Nottingham Forest, which ended in a 3-1 away win for Leicester. Chris Wood. So he said we can't compare the acne ... to him anymore because Chris Wood is the guy, man. 2 goals, right. Yates is on, and Vardy, of course, with the goal for Leicester. It's looking scary for Leicester, man. I think they're gonna go down as well. I agree, man. Do you think they have enough?
I think
they can't defend
teams.
Yeah, I agree, but I think they're the
again.
best out. I think they're the best out of the promoted teams. So the question is, who is the shitter team that they are fighting against? That's the bigger question. Would they be better than that team? And if they're not, then they'll go down. If they are, then they'll stay up. That's basically Leicester's story for the season. Yes, also, mind you, they couldn't buy a lot of players due to the issue they had with the FA, due to the point situation. So that really hampered where they are. And I was speaking to my brother-in-law who actually works for Leicester City, and I was asking him, so what's going on with like your defense and all that? He said, yeah, we have Vestergaard, but he's been frozen. Like apparently he's been frozen out, And I'm thinking, all right, cool.
He's shy as well, man.
But the thing is, are you going to look at Okoli or where's Fast? Yeah,
He is terrible.
Terrible,
Sideshow
bro.
Bob, man. I can't believe we called David Luiz Sideshow Bob, Wild Fast is the real Sideshow Bob. The real clown.
So yeah.
Yeah. And then Villa, top 4 contenders as well. Drew at home to Bournemouth. Evan Nielsen with a last-minute equalizer. But hey, Saturday was the day of last-minute equalizers, man. It's crazy. All last-minute winners, because the next game, Brentford v Ipswich, and Buemo with the last-minute winner. Ipswich were 2-0 up as well. And they gave it away, which is peak. Brighton v Wolves ended in a 2-2 draw. My dog Matswifa with the horrible hospital pass, which made Wolves counter attack, and then they scored a 2-2 equalizer. It's crazy. Man City 1-0. I triple captain Haaland because I thought he was feasting today, but fam, at least he scored in there. But
he missed bare chances, though, man.
He missed bare chances. Sitters.
He did.
Sitters. But they got the win in the end, as expected. Everton, Fulham. Again, last minute equalizer, Beto. And a brilliant goal from Iwobi, man. The Gooners, the ex-Gooners, ESR and Iwobi. Hey,
and
I didn't know Iwobi had that in his locker, man, but that was a great goal, man. And then Saturday, the 3 p.m. kickoffs, Chelsea with a routine win against Newcastle 2-1. Isak was moving mad. He scored a goal for them, but he could have scored at least another one. He was moving brazy. Nico Jackson and Cole Palmer with the goals. Crystal Palace beat Spurs 1-0 in South London. Strizza, thank you for being here. Yeah, none of us. I don't think we didn't watch I didn't watch the game. I don't know if the other two did. I know you did. What went wrong, man? Because you had a good result on Thursday against AZ. Also a difficult team, but you came away with a win. But this one,
we were bad, man. I'm not gonna lie. So I watched it, and yeah, I knew from the first 2 minutes, we were gonna lose the game. From back to front, awful. Trying to play it from the back, getting pressed, getting dispossessed. Trying to play long, it's not sticking, and that's not down to Solanke. It's more so they play like a back three. He was isolated. We didn't have bodies around him. They were winning the second balls. They wanted it more than us. They were more hungry. They were fighting for it more. I think obviously Glaz has been under pressure, and he made a few changes. He started Mateta, he dropped Nketiah. He brought Wharton in to play alongside Lerma, who came off injured. But he was not playing Kamada in there anymore, so it's a little bit more solid. And they were causing problems, man. Eze was doing his thing. Ismaila Star started as well and was causing problems. And yeah, even the goal, to be fair, it came from we just play out from the back. Van de Ven's got caught. Eze with a lovely flick to Mateta, good finish. And to be fair, they were good value for the win. I can't even think of a time where we looked like scoring, to be fair. Like, we were so bad today. Like, it's just, obviously after last week, beating West Ham pretty comfortably, and then obviously winning on the Thursday night, it looked like a good week. And then it's like with Spurs, for some reason, we can never finish the week off. We can never seem to win back-to-back games. Like, we beat United convincingly, comfortably. We lose to Brighton. And we beat West Ham, and then we lose. It's just never a consistency of results. And even if you don't win the game, you don't lose the game. So that's why when Shalom says about kind of not going for games and things like that and getting points on the board, I get it from a certain extent, because usually Spurs are the team that will go for the win, and sometimes it will punish us. But today there was none of that. We didn't look like scoring at any point in the game. So it's disappointing. I can't sit here and make excuses. We had everyone fit, bar Son. Mikey Moore started the game. He played really well the other day against AZ in the Europa League, but I don't know. I can't put my finger on it, man. I don't know why we just lack consistency, and we have done all season, really. Look at our results. We win, then we lose, then we win, then we lose. And I don't know why we can't seem to get the balance right.
I've got a question, yeah, about two of your players. No, so one player and your gaffer. Like Solanke and Ange Postecoglou. Obviously, Solanke just signed in there, but what's your thoughts about him? Is he going to be the one to take you to the promised land? And Ange Postecoglou, what's the Spurs fan saying? Do you guys still believe in him?
So Solanke actually was probably our best player today. He tries, when the ball goes up to him, it does stick. He runs the channels. He works ridiculously hard at pressing. He wins the ball back a lot in the final third. If you look at our final third pressures, we're top of the league for it. And he's won the ball back the most out of any other player in the league. So obviously a striker bought for 65 million is judged on their goals. And I think he's only got like 3 goals this season, which obviously isn't the greatest tally in the world. He was obviously injured for after the Leicester game, he had a couple of games out. But with that being said, I think promised land, no. You know, when you go from Harry Kane to Dominic Solanke, it's a big downgrade, right? But strikers in football at the minute, they're not easy to come by. There are strikers, obviously, in different leagues that maybe didn't want to take a risk on, and he was the one that was available. People would look at the money, say it was too much. I think he's a good striker, but he's not ever going to be world class. He's not an elite striker. He's not going to consistently get 20 goals a season. Like, I don't think. But we create enough chances that he could get 15, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't know. He's not elite, but I prefer him over Tony, for example. He's hungry. He's been at, obviously, Chelsea in his youth career, or in his younger days. Been at Liverpool, didn't really bang. So this is his big chance now to show what he's got, maybe get in the England side. So the jury's, like, I'm not completely finished with him. I feel like he's got potential. He's still improving. It's a wait and see. But today was nothing to do with him. Today, we just lacked creativity. Maddison went on it. Kulusevski went on it. And he didn't really get many clear-cut chances. So, yeah. But all in all, this season, he's been all right. Postecoglou, I'm losing patience with, man. I can't lie. I don't think sacking the manager is the right thing. But I just can't be dealing with this whole thing of him talking about entertaining and wanting to be the team that plays the best football and looks good on the eye, but not getting results. I don't care. I'd rather... Now, I say that, and obviously we've had Jose and we've had Nuno and we've played boring football. Even under Conte, played boring football. And now we play with a certain style, but we're not winning games. Consistently anyway. We'll win them, we'll lose them, we'll win them, we'll lose. So it's like, I want to see my team play football, but also have a bit of grit, have a bit of determination, not be so easy to beat. Palace have not won a game all season. Tottenham turn up at Selhurst Park and they get their first win. Like, how many times is this going to happen? We're 2-0 up against Brighton. We lose 3-2. But we play good football, though. So, and that's what I'm kind of getting sick of. So I think, I'm not saying I want Ange out, but things have to change, man. And obviously, I'm in a few Tottenham group chats, and a lot of them are turning against him. A lot of them think he's out of his depth. A lot of them think he's stubborn. A lot of them think he's not going to change his tactics. I'm of the opinion that it's his second season. We finished 5th last year in his first season, which you could argue is an overachievement. We're 9 games into the new season. He's had 3 windows, 2 summer windows and 1 January window. This isn't completely his team yet. There's still work needs to be done. Timo Werner still gets minutes at my club. There's a lot of issues. But I think to get rid of him now is just going to set us back. Because who do you get? So, yeah, I think it's frustrating, but I think Spurs fans need to understand and realise where we're at. We're not competing with Arsenal, City, Liverpool for the league. We are a top 4 to top 7, 8 team. That's where we're going to be there or thereabouts come May. And I think the main focus for us, and I think the football that we play, is better suited for winning a cup competition. So let's try and do that and see where we finish in the league. Because we're not winning the league anyway, right? So it's got to be Carabao Cup, FA Cup, Europa League. That's got to be our focus.
Yeah.
And then, very quickly. Sorry, Andy, very quickly. It's just, I actually wanted to kind of touch more on the Solanke point, innit? Like, do you feel like Spurs are not utilizing him like correctly currently in terms of what he could be? Because obviously understanding that his best season at Bournemouth, 19 goals in the Premier League, very commendable. I'm obviously, we're all people that play FPL. I'm somebody that's like, I look at stats a lot. I look at the amount of shots that are being taken. And I remember a couple of days ago looking at like, who could I potentially bring in the Tottenham team with your fixtures coming up? And just as an example, when you beat West Ham a couple of weeks ago, I was looking at like the stats. Brennan Johnson had 5 shots. Son had 5 shots. Porro had 4 shots. Kulusevski had 4 shots. And then you scroll down at the bottom and you see Solanke, 1 shot, 0 on target. Like, just on the fact that he is a 19 goal striker, he is proven in the Prem. Like, what do you think about the way he's being used? And would you like to see like Postecoglou try and play through him a bit more?
Nah, it's a good point, man. I definitely think that our wide players get majority of our chances. He's almost being used as a false 9, almost like a decoy. He's holding it up. He's linking the play. He's defending very well from the front, but the chances are falling to the wide players. Now, as you said, he scored a lot of goals last season for Bournemouth, which got him the move. And I think he's an out-and-out number 9. I think he can do it all in terms of he can hold it up, he can link the play, he can run in behind. He hasn't consistently been a finisher. I can't just go off last season, but he scored a lot of goals last year. So I would like to see that. More crosses in the box. How we play, it feels like we're just so narrow. Everyone comes inside. You've got the fullbacks invert, Porro's inside. You've got Maddison Kulu there inside. And it's just too much sometimes. Like I watched El Clasico yesterday, for example, and Lewandowski's header, ball out wide, touch from the fullback, whipped it in, header. You don't really see them goals often for Tottenham anyway. A lot of the time, it's like it's pass, and it's either a cross and a tap in, or it's a cut back and a shot. So I think strikers do kind of struggle with the way we play, and it's definitely an Ange thing. But again, I go back to the stubbornness. Is he going to change his way of playing? Is it a system issue? Probably. We could utilize him a lot better. And I think it's something that should be looked into. Whether it is, I don't know. I think we did miss Son today. Obviously, any team would miss a player of that ability. Brennan Johnson isn't the type of player that's going to beat a man and put balls across the box. Timo Werner's not like that player either. So the only way we're going to get Solanke chances is by Maddison creating something, by Kulusevski creating something, and him trying to get in behind. And that's just not happening at the moment. So if you're listening and you want to bring Solanke into your team, I wouldn't do it, because at the minute he's almost being used as like a false nine, and I don't think it suits him, because at Bournemouth he was an out-and-out number 9 bagsman. So I don't know.
One last point on the Spurs game. Micky Van de Ven, man, lucky to still be on at that point against Sarr. Because I'm hearing people are comparing it again to Saliba.
Yeah.
People are comparing it to Tosin.
I think maybe he was lucky, because it was a lot further into our half than the Saliba and then the Tosin one with Jota. So maybe a little bit lucky. I'd have to watch it again, because I can't remember how close the covering defender was, but I remember it being quite close to the 18-yard box, and he maybe got away with it. But I think he kind of got a blind, because we know how quick Van de Ven is. It may have been a case of that was a factor, but he could have seen red. He had a shocker today, by the way. He had a shocker.
To be honest, I'm 50-50 with that, because yes, it could have been a red, because he still held him, right? He still dragged him down. But the ball was not going towards goal. It was going towards the corner flag. I think that's maybe why the referee was like, we allow it. But boy, the inconsistencies, man, it's a bit mad.
He was bad today, you know. I can't even lie. But I don't know, like, just last thing on the game, and I don't know if it's a tactic, but the pitch, I was watching the game, the pitch was like, grass looked all long and like the ball weren't moving. I don't know, like, it looked like a Sunday league pitch out there. Like, I don't know if it was a tactic from them, but like when we're trying to play out from the back and things like that and trying to like progress into midfield, it's bobbling, it's bouncing around. Obviously, no excuses, but yeah, we won at the races today, man. And shout out Palace. Obviously, if there's any listeners that support Palace, you fully deserve the win today. And I got Henderson in my FPL team, man, so I can't even complain too tough. Clean sheet.
Same, man. 7 points. Yeah. We move, man. We move. Up the Spurs, man. All day, every day. Talking about the inconsistencies in refereeing, the next game, West Ham against Man United. First hate watch of the evening, of the day, sorry. West Ham ended up winning 2-1, but I mean, you know, I love a United L. Like, it gives me energy, it gingers me, it gives me motivation to start Monday, go to work, do what I need to do. You know what I mean? But that was extremely harsh in terms of, like, this looked like they gave West Ham a free goal. That's how booky that pen decision was. I don't know if you guys seen it, but what are your thoughts?
I might be controversial here. I looked at it and I thought that's a pen.
Straight.
Yeah. That's just me being controversial. Because I looked and I thought, that's a pen. It's one of them challenges that you give the ref a decision to make, or VAR a decision to make. And once you do that, you can't really complain.
Yeah, Toast. Thoughts?
I've not had a chance to see it personally, obviously, because I was watching the Chelsea game, innit, man. So I really can't comment on it. I mean, but it's Man United, lads. When the sun comes up, they're gonna lose a game, bro. Like, let's keep it a buck now. We're talking about Leicester definitely getting relegated. Leicester are 2 points behind United. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the fact that United are 14th. Let's talk about the fact that West Ham are 13th and they lost the 13th, 14th playoff. United are cooked, man. So, man, what are we doing there? What are we doing there? Do you know what I mean?
All right, so we've got no sympathy for United. Normality.
United, man.
Normality restored, man. Let's quickly dive into the European games. I think Arsenal on Tuesday played against Shakhtar Donetsk, home game, 1-0. You guys weren't entirely happy about that. I noticed. I didn't watch the game, but just quickly.
It was a terrible game. Let's just move on, man. That's all I have to say to it.
You got the win.
We did. But a better team would have won or at least taken points.
Yeah. it was diabolical. And I know a lot of Arsenal fans were looking at that game thinking Liverpool's going to be extremely challenging, man, because that was not the sort of that was like a pick-me-up game, hopefully. A nice easy home game on paper. Do you know what I mean? Before a big league game. It was not good. But it's the new format of the tournament. We obviously dropped points against was it Atalanta? So, you know, we needed to make sure that we got a win. 3 points, we creep up the table and we keep it pushing, man.
Do you might think you'll make the top 8? So to automatically qualify. Do you think you guys
I've not looked at the table close enough to see how all that the other teams are doing, so I can't really make that estimation right now. But it's all very close, very close. Yeah. In terms of let's say there's eight group games first. I think in the first round we've played 3. Mm-hmm. I'd probably expect us to win 3 or 4 of our next 5 personally. So I'm gonna say we will, but again I do need to look at the table a bit closer.
Calm. Liverpool, we played Wednesday. We played against Leipzig, away game as well. I thought it was a brilliant performance from us again, like an away fixture. Again, similar to what I thought about Arsenal. You know, we need to go there and win. Obviously, they're not as good as Arsenal, of course, but these are away ties in Europe. Now, I mean, these are, you know, the fans are behind them. You need to go out there and get a result, and that's exactly what we did. I felt like we could have scored a few more goals, but it was 1-0 in the end. Scoreline slightly flatters them, low key. They had a few good chances towards the end of the game. To be fair, Kelleher saved us.
Low key competitive, more competitive than I thought the game was going to be. To be honest, like I think was it Simons had a really good chance, Openda as well. So
Simons, Openda scored 2 offside goals, but. He kept being offside for no. Those offsides were very silly, man. But they were good finishes. Sesko, he had a good chance in the end, but vast majority of that game he was in jail. But yeah, man, that was a good win, man. And then obviously we alluded to it earlier. Spurs 1-0 win against AZ. Good win, good game. I watched that game. My dog Poku giving.
He's alright.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
my dog
Poku great. Yeah, I was thinking. He was just black.
Yeah,
he on the wing,
great,
but causing problems.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he was alright.
He's cold, man. Very, very cold from early. Shout out them, man. But yeah, unfortunately, unfortunately for AZ, they lost. Fortunately for Spurs, they won. That was it, man. What else? What else is there to discuss before we go to the bar?
El Clasico.
Mace. El Clasico, yeah. We can discuss that.
I don't know if you might watched it, but I watched it and. Yeah, I was surprised with the result. Obviously, 4-0 was always going to be a bit of a shocker, but like at halftime it was 0-0. They kept on getting caught offside. The Barca high line is crazy, but they're so well tuned with it. It's not like an Ange high line. It's a high line with players of quality that actually understand it. And Mbappe kept getting caught offside time and time again. But you're thinking there's going to be a time where they get caught. And then second half, they just blitzed them, man. Like Lewandowski rolling back the years, Yamal, different, and Rafinha as well. Like he's another one that obviously, like when he went last season,
he stepped up.
Question marks, yeah, he stepped up. Obviously, wearing the cap, obviously scored a hat trick midweek against Bayern, and then yesterday, like looked different. So it's a bit of a shocking one that. But I don't know what you might think about Madrid, but there's just a lack of cohesion and balance and too many.
It's a good win. It was a good win for Barca, man. I think I looked forward to this El Clasico because I felt like El Clasico is now not back to the Messi Ronaldo days, but back to both teams have like genuine quality in it. So I was really looking forward to this game. Yeah, Hansi Flick, man. But we know that's how he plays. He's been doing that at Bayern Munich, the high lines. He did it against Bayern Munich as well, and gave them 4. And he did it again in this game. But one thing that really impresses me about Barcelona is the amount of academy players that they have in their team. And that's what I mentioned yesterday in the group chat, where no team in the world, say Arsenal, for example, like they have all these injuries. Arsenal can't dip into their academy and be like, this, that. 4 or 5 players go and do a job to the highest degree. No way, bro. And that man had who? Kubasi, Yamar, Alejandro Balde, Fermin Lopez, and then this other
He's a
Iñaki Peña
midfielder.
from the academy,
Iñaki Peña
goalkeeper.
from the goalkeeper. Yeah.
Iñaki Peña.
Who's that Casado guy, the midfielder? Is he from the academy as well?
Yeah, he was good.
He's from the
good.
that Donny. I was like, what? That's
I never heard of
6 names. 6 names from the academy. That he started 2-3 game weeks ago. He came off for injured for another player straight from the academy, and he's bossing the games, bro. I'm thinking this is so unfair because Barca are meant to be broke. They're meant to be down and out. They're meant to be not be able to compete with the riches of Madrid, but they can just dip into La Masia and churn out these players, bro. That's great for them, man. But La Masia did it, man. Let's talk about Madrid real quick and Kylian Mbappe. Personally, I've been seeing a lot of wild things about Mbappe. A lot of wild things are being said right now. I think give this man some grace. He deserves all the grace in the world. I'm hearing things about technically he's not up to scratch for La Liga. I'm like, Mbappe and technically, are you dumb? Like, bro, I'm seeing mad tweets, bro. But is he struggling at the moment? Yes. But yeah, give him time, man. I don't know what you guys think.
I don't get it personally. I feel like Real Madrid do this all the time. Like, a lot of the Real Madrid fans love to tear down their signing in the first season. We've seen it with Modric. We've seen it with Ronaldo. It happens, right? The problem Mbappe's having in a minute, he still scored 6 goals, by the way, which is obviously not a bad return. It's the cohesion with Vinny. Obviously, Mbappe that's drifted to the left, right? He's playing as an out-and-out 9, but with license to move around. And I think he's struggling with not being the main man anymore. Like, he was at PSG the last couple of seasons, obviously pushing Neymar around, things like that. It's going to take time. It's a new team. They're trying to, obviously accommodate Bellingham as well, whose position's changed slightly, and there's been talks about that. They tried to drop Rodrigo to put Bellingham back in his position to accommodate. There's just a lot of accommodation right now, and it's just not quite clicking. But we're in, October, November, next week. It's early days, man. And to write a man off that's done what he's been doing, okay, he's not won the Champions League at PSG, and people will argue it's a Farmers League. But the things man's done for France, come on, man, put some respect on his name, kind of thing. It's a bit mad what I'm seeing on Twitter and that. Yeah,
just to kind of go off on Strizza's point. I think we forget that Madrid were Champions League winners and La Liga winners, right? They can afford to take a year off to build that team. It's different over there.
And what people forget is Madrid wake up in February. They are perennial first half of the season sleepers, and they wake up in February and go on a mad run and win everything.
I'm not worried about Madrid at all. If you obviously everyone's on Twitter, Madrid fans are like Taylor Swift fans, they're like Beyonce fans, like they're the most spoiled groups of fans. Like even the slander that I've been seeing from Bellingham this season, like after everything he did last year, it's crazy, isn't it, man? But like you said, like we're talking about some of the best players in the world. We're still in October. They're gonna turn up at some point, man. So yeah, like no cause for concern for Mbappe at all, man.
100%, man. 100%. All right, let's head over to the bar, man. Who's got shots?
I got some shots, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm gonna lead this one off still. I'm gonna have to give my shot's gonna have to go to Anthony Taylor and the VAR, man. I'll be so real with you, man. And this ain't gonna be a good shot, man. It's gonna be something I don't like. So maybe like a Ray or like a Sambuca or like one of them crazy 80% like drinks you get in Greece and them countries there. Brother. Sorry, is it me or did Trent Alexander-Arnold kick Martinelli and not play the ball in the first half? And Konate made a challenge but didn't get the ball either. And number 2, the ghost elbow from Havertz on Konate. If the referee had not given a foul, would the game have been in disrepute? I don't think so. I honestly don't think so. I think
that part it wasn't for that, but it was for the. I think Marino was climbing over Soboslai. It was for that challenge he gave the foul.
Fair enough. I'm gonna watch that one back in it.
I think it was the second.
But the Trent Alexander-Arnold one, for me, I'm looking at the ball. I'm looking at the two challenges by the Liverpool defender. It's a Stonewall penalty. You can't kick a man on his thigh when he has control of the ball and nothing happened. Like, so for me, and the funny thing was, they screenshot. I don't know if you might have seen it on Twitter. They screenshotted one brother in the VAR room. My man had FPL up. Why is FPL on your phone, my brother? Why is FPL on your phone in the VAR room? I think that says everything about across the Premier League, the standard of refereeing, when I can see FPL on your screen and you're watching a match and you're trying to make decisions, bro. Like, you have one job. That's my shot, man.
Hey, that's a mad thing, man. He needs to get sacked for that. I can't lie. I'm checking his points.
My brother.
He's like, no way. No way you're getting a penalty here. No way. That is jokes. Mace, Strizza, any shot?
Yeah, my shot goes to it's for Bukayo Saka, man. I know you said tongue in cheek in the WhatsApp group, Arsenal's turned into a Saka FC. And perhaps that's the case, but he's our most potent attacker. And without him, we don't score that goal, of course. So I'll take 4 shots for Saka. Yeah, that's it.
I know your jaw dropped when Saka cut in on Robertson and slapped it top bins, Andy, man. I know you were seeing stars, man. You were seeing
when Ben White passed that ball and it went over Robertson, I knew it was a wrap. Because Saka, I think one thing that people, and this is why I compare him to Mohamed Salah, one thing that people don't clock about Saka is, I don't know what the actual numbers are, but he is extremely accurate. Like, in terms of his shots on target, more time it's a goal. It's not like the keeper saves it, or I don't know if you guys clocked it. Sometimes he shoots wide or over, but when he shoots on target, it's a goal. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I knew once that ball was over and I saw Robertson, because I know if it was Tsimikas, he wouldn't have met Tsimikas like that. Not like that. But Robertson, he's a fool, man. Absolute fool. But yeah, shout out Saka, man.
We're going to do a curious case on Andy Robertson before the season's done, man. This fall.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. I'll be there, man. I'll be there. Strizza, have you got a shot?
Yeah, just one. Not for today's performance, though, because no one deserves a shot other than me. But for Mikey Moore, obviously, a lot's been said about him. I'm sure you, man, have seen clips and stuff on Twitter, and obviously Drew, you watched the game on Thursday night, man. He's 17, made his first start today. Obviously, wasn't the best result, but there's a lot of talent in there. I remember it could have been last year, maybe the year before. Shalom said, like, who have Tottenham got in their academy that's coming through that looks like they could be a Harry Kane or someone like that? I said, I don't know. So we haven't got anyone that I can think of top of my head. We have a few now, and he's one of them. So, like, he's looking like, you know, someone that, given time, whatever, could be a Bukayo Saka or someone like that. So, yeah, big shout out to him. And obviously, I hope he gets more minutes as much as possible, obviously, for development and things like that. And, yeah, long may his development continue, man. So, shout out to him and shot for him.
Shout out Mickey Moore, man. I've got a shot as well, but it's to none of the Liverpool players or Liverpool establishment, whatever. But my shot goes out to Barca, man, for putting out a clinic, beating Real Madrid 4-0. Obviously, I'm a Barca fan when it comes to those two. So I'm happy to see that Barca were just extremely dominant, especially in the second half, extremely dominant. Lewandowski as well, rolling back the years. I remember me and Strizza were saying, like, there's no real nines out there, like proper nines out there. And he's like showing the kids, the Solankes and the Nunez and the, you know what I mean, showing them how it's done, man. So, and also La Masia, man, like, just everything about Barca, they're looking like they're on the up now, man, and really happy for them, and hope it continues, and, you know, hope they sort out their money problems. But yeah, man, for now, I'll take the shot for Barca and the 4-0 dub. All right, man, we come to the end of this episode. Shout out my compadres as always, Strizza, J to the Mace, Chocolate Boy T. My apologies if at the beginning of the episode we were screaming too much or whatever, but you know,
it's a bit mad still.
It's all love, man. Arsenal, Liverpool, it's all love, man. And we've got one common goal, man, to stop City in it. So at the end of the day, we're on the same team. You get me? So, Strizza, Thank you very much again. Again, like, subscribe, post, rate, whatever. Do what you need to do. Obviously, the audio crew rate, on Spotify, 5 stars, please. And yeah, man, this was us, VBP boys, and we out. Peace.
Peace.